Anybody? You got to raise your hand. Like, this isn't a time, like, this is not a trick question. We're like, oh, you're going to hell. No, like, having a nice sports car does not mean that you are going to hell, all right? It just means you might get to heaven a little bit faster. All right, who's got a nice sports car? You don't have to raise your hand. All right, great. Can you put just any type of gasoline in your sports car? Just any type? Any type? No. I didn't know that. I'm senior in high school. I'm going to my junior-senior banquet, all right, which confused you all, because you ain't got no idea what junior-senior banquet is, because you went to prom. You didn't go to itty-bitty little Christian school. Well, we had a junior-senior banquet because we did not want to associate with the pagan rituals that you all experience in your public schools, okay? There was no dancing. There was no music. But we had a great time. We really did. I'm on my way to junior-senior banquet, but I'm not riding in my car because I picked up some of my public school friends. They say, no, you got to get a nice car that night, man. Do you have a date? Absolutely not. We're not allowed to date in high school. Okay, well, just still get a nice car, man, okay? And so Brad Etzel was very generous enough to lend me his SRT4. Anybody know what an SRT4 is? It was the most affordable way to get to 250 horsepower. Get this, a Dodge Neon with a turbo. That's what it was, all right? And so I'm riding around, all right? I'm driving his SRT4, and all of a sudden I've got to put fuel in it. And so I pull over, I go over to the Speedway, and I reach for the 87, right? That's what I've been used to filling up my Saturn SL2 with the plastic sides. How do I know they were plastic? Because it got hit, and that thing shattered like a Lego, okay? And so I reached for the 87, not knowing that such a car requires a higher fuel grade. And so for the rest of the night, that car didn't run so well. Here's what I'm getting at. Some of us are struggling to have confidence because we are trying to live off of a fuel that is 2 grades too low. Paul is like, I got confidence because I'm not running off of what I see anymore. I'm not fueling my life with what's going on around me, but rather I'm running on faith. Somebody say, check your tank. Check your tank. Because some of y'all been going through some stuff, and you've been going through a stormy season in your life, and you've been swayed, and you've been jarred, and you feel like you're running on empty, but it's not because you're empty. It's because you're trying to run off of the circumstances. It's because you're allowing what you're in to fuel how you live. But if you ever got a glimpse of what it looks like to run on faith, somebody say, I'm running on faith. I'm running on faith. Don't just say it regular. Say it like Forest Gump would say it. I'm running on faith, okay? Because if Bubba and Lieutenant Dan were here, they would say, stop living your lives within the limitations of what somebody said about you. Stop living your lives based upon what your mom and your dad said about you 20 years ago, and that still is in your membrane. Stop living your lives based on what your ex-wife said about you, and start stepping into the faith in what God said about you, what God promised you, what God said you'd do.